earplug. I hope it works pretty good. All right, so I got an agenda here. I got quite a bit to do. Let me get my sponge and my rag. Y'all, I got so much to say. Oh, I got so much to say. Let me see. Let me grab something real quick. Come in, come in, come in. I want to talk my shit. Um, come in, come in, come in. I'm gonna talk my shit. I'm gonna be here for a minute because I got some stuff to do. You hear me? I got some shit to do, and I figure I'm gonna talk my shit while I do it. I got 2 meals to cook. I got some damn butternut squash to cut, and I got these canisters I got to clean. I got to clean. Um, you be throwing food all the time, and it's sticking somewhere. God damn it! So you gotta clean it up. So that's what I'm about to do. But listen, I got some shit to say. And your support. Okay, so support peers and old age issues. All right, so I just wrote my agenda down because I want to make sure I don't get my ADD take over. Y'all listen. I'm gonna talk about some good shit today. Let me just admit, I have become a caretaker of my husband's older his aunt, and she is 90 years old. So I have had quite a bit of insights. See, some stuff you don't know unless you experience it, okay? Some stuff you don't know unless you experience it. But some stuff you can learn by watching, okay? Let me reach in. Good morning. Good morning. Maybe that's not, let me try again. Good morning. Okay. I don't come on camera a lot just because it's kind of a creepy place, but I can say hey. I can say hey. All right, I'm gonna start up here. That's my plug, Miss Meyer. Let me tell y'all something. These motherfuckers out here are always talking tough. And what did I do with the toothbrush? These motherfuckers out here is always talking tough. And let me tell you what I mean by talking tough. You got people who pretend they don't need nobody. Okay? They pretend they don't need no damn body. They so damn tough, right? They so damn tough. They don't need nobody or nothing. I'm single. I'm free. It's a headache I don't need, right? I don't want no woman. Women of this, women of that. I don't need no nigga. I can do bad by myself. Oh, baby. You don't eat them fucking words. Listen, these folks talking all that shit, talking all that tough talk, they don't need nobody. That shit sound good while you young. Listen, that shit sound good while you young. It sound real good. You impressing yourself. But ask somebody who been living a little longer. Ask some of these old people. That's what people need to do. You need to ask some old people how that working out. I don't need nobody. Ask some of these old people how that work out. See, one thing people do is they're not thinking about the future. They only thinking about how they feel today. And then, now notice this, how you feel today is what? Is guided by how you're actually, like your current status. Right now, guess what? Right now, you and everybody else, you are walking, you're talking, you independent, right? You walking, you talking, you independent. You can go, you got an income, you young, you vibrant, you got a job, you working, you dating, you hanging out, you got a social life, you able body, able mind. It sound good, don't it? Wow, shit is good. While you young, all that shit sound good. I don't need nobody. I'd rather be by myself. Okay, okay. As a caretaker, I have had some tough and fast lessons, y'all. I have had some tough and fast lessons, and I'm grateful for it. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna start saying first of all. A lot of people, while you young, you bragging about being single, and you don't care. You ain't in no rush. You're not worried about it. You don't need anybody. I want you to remember that that's the stance that you're taking right now. Every decision that we are making, I'm not fussing. I'm just telling you, I'm sharing. Because you look, people make their own choices. You dig your own goddamn grave. You the one got to lay in it. But these people are making a grave mistake. They are making a grave mistake, and maybe they're coping, and so they don't want to talk about it in a realistic way. But let me tell you something. They're making a grave mistake. It is a grave mistake. Based on what I'm seeing now as a caretaker, okay? And that's what I'm relating this to. This is real experience. I would challenge any young person to go talk to an old person sitting somewhere who ain't surrounded by family and friends. Somebody who had that same attitude, I don't need nobody. I want you to check that out. Go ask them how that's turning out for them. I'm not trying to scare nobody. But the shit that we're doing in our 20s, in our 30s, in our 40s, choosing to be alone, that shit is a grave mistake. If I was anybody who wanted to grow old with dignity, I would tell you right now, your best bet towards dignity is to establish you a family. Because let me say this. One thing I'm realizing now that I'm taking care of this 90-year-old auntie, one thing I'm realizing, I'm going to relate everything I'm saying to y'all to the experiences I'm having. You know the way that you're born, you need people. You need somebody to wash your ass, right? You're a born, brand new baby. Somebody got to wipe your butt. Somebody got to bathe you, okay? When you get 70, 80 years old, you in the same position. Somebody got to bathe you. You know, babies, they don't have control over, this is too much soap. Let me pour some of this out. When you are a baby, you also do not have control over your bowels. Y'all hear me now? We're talking about growing old and what that means. Because all that shit that people talking about, I'm single. I don't give a fuck. I don't need nobody. Y'all gonna eat them fucking words. I knew instinctually that you need people. I knew you need a village. But there's a trick to age that I wasn't quite prepared for. And I'm gonna say it in a minute. Okay? I'm gonna say it in a minute. It comes a tough time when you look around and the world has changed for you as an individual. The people you used to know, they dead. Your mama, your grandmama, your uncles, your aunts, even your brothers and sisters, your parents, everybody's gone because you're 70 and you're the last one standing. You're 80. You're the last one standing. Y'all feel me? That means that you don't know anybody on the planet who knew you as a child. You don't know anybody on the planet anymore from when you were a child. You understand how serious that is? You don't know anybody anymore from before you were 40 years old. Before you were 40 years old, you don't know anybody else on the planet anymore. Anybody who knew you before 40, they don't exist anymore. So it's a new world for you. Everybody, your friends, your classmates, they died. Your uncles, your aunts, you're 80, you're 90 years old. Everybody who you grew up with, your cousins, all them family members, they're gone. And so guess what? Guess who else is on the planet who knows you? Guess who? Guess who the only people on the planet who know you are when you're 80 years old, when you're 90 years old? Guess who? The children that you create, the spouse that you marry, maybe. And even then, got me? The grandchildren that you have will be on the planet. But everybody you ever knew, the teachers, the pastors, the preachers, anybody you knew growing up, it's a new world. It's a cold world when you get 80 and 90 years old. No, the world doesn't know you anymore. The only people who will know you in the world is the family that you created. That's it. That you created. Okay? You might have nieces and nephews and their children if you were close to them, if you were involved in their life. Okay? If you have a spouse that you did right by, you can grow old with your spouse. Somebody you can experience old age with and avoid. Hey, what's up, Gabe? What's up? Yeah, man, I'm talking about some facts because I'm taking care of a 90-year-old elder in my husband's family. And every day I'm learning so much about aging and the value of family. Family is so important. A lot of people think, oh, you say family value. Oh, family has lots of purpose. And see, a lot of times, because we have a lot of people that ain't family oriented, they don't understand the purpose. It has a deeper purpose. You want to get old and have some dignity and grace in your age. And family gives you that opportunity because the alternatives ain't that nice. Okay? Because a lot of old people get thrown away. If you didn't build a family, a respectful, good family, if you don't have good sons and good daughters, if you don't have a spouse who's looking out for you, who's been looking out for you, laid foundation for you, planned for you, planned for retirement together as a couple, man, you in trouble, baby. You in trouble. You in trouble. And I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer, but I'm telling y'all what I'm seeing. When you get 80, 90 years old, the people you used to know are not on the planet anymore. The only thing you got is the family that you created. And when I say the family you created, it's not just about having a family. It's about the quality of the family. Because, see, you can have family and they don't give a fuck about you. Okay? Did you invest in those children? Did you do right by them? Did you plan those children? Did you pour into those children? Because, see, that's when the big payoff comes. When your ass get old. Like I said, let me see what Gabe said. You said, we just buried my 97-year-old grandmother. The funeral was full of her children, grandchildren, great grandchildren, an extended family, no peers. She outlived them all. See, that's what I'm saying. That's a harsh reality to find out that when there's gonna come a day that nobody on the fucking planet knows your old ass. Nobody. Only people gonna be there is the family that you created. The only people who are gonna protect you. That's gonna help you. And this is what people don't think about when they start doing all that tough talk. I don't need nobody. I could do bad by myself. These women, these men, bitches ain't shit. Da, 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 da. I got something for that too. I'm gonna be here for a while because I got a lot of cleaning, a lot of cooking to do. This is topic one. I'll probably start up another live stream on a different topic. But I'm gonna speak on this because a lot of stuff, all these stats and all that, that's bullshit. Let me tell you what's real. Go around some old people and you're gonna see some shit. Just like you said, Gabe. Don't nobody know you on the planet. All you got is the family that you created. And when I say the family you created, I'm talking about the quality of what you poured into. If you didn't invest in your family, you might as well not have one. If you didn't raise them right, you didn't treat them right, your spouse ain't there, you didn't divorce, it don't even matter. None of that shit matters. Because this is the thing, y'all. This is what I realized. This is the most delicate and what's the word? Delicate and vulnerable. Everybody, I promise you, you are going to be vulnerable. You cannot prepare. Listen, y'all, you cannot prepare You cannot prepare for the level of vulnerability that you will face when you get old. Let's say the word together, old. Your ass is going to get old. Age is part of the process. We are all going to get old. And when you get old, let me describe what I'm seeing. Let me describe what I know. Gabe said, we don't need nobody until we need somebody. Exactly. These people talking all that shit. These people talking all that shit. They talking all that shit while they're able bodied. Y'all understand? They talking all that shit while things is good. You get to a place when you get old. I'm talking about old. If you manage to live to an old age, you will get to a point where your mind is scrambled, okay? Where you forget things. And hopefully you have the type of people and the quality of people around you who respect you and they won't steal your money. Take your credit card, take your debit card, steal your property, steal your jewelry. I'm just giving you examples because all that you have attained, all that you have earned when you get old, you have to protect. And it takes people to protect old people. Y'all hear me? It takes people to protect old people because their minds, they have dementia sometimes. I be sitting with Auntie and she'll have her phone on speakerphone and somebody will call, ma'am, we want to offer you something for your house. I say, Auntie, hang that phone up. Hang that phone up. I had the same thing going on with Harry. Harry was my neighbor. He was old. He was like 80 something. I would see like the true grass or true living, whatever people coming, knocking on his door, people talking about window replacement. As soon as I see a salesperson pull up to his house, I get my ass some shoes on and I would head right over there. And it was always the same thing. Harry's over there filling out forms. Oh, me need mosquito, me need this, me. Harry, rip that shit up. These people gonna auto debit you to death. I had to protect Harry from salespeople. I had to protect Harry from predatory lenders. People offering you the world and lying. And they know your ass is old. They know you ain't got sound mind. They don't care. They gonna put you on a payment plan and suck you dry. Okay? These people don't have scruples when it comes to old people. They will get your debit card and they will run it up. They'll charge you for stuff and do stuff to you as an old person. You got to have somebody there to protect you. And if you ain't got nobody, because you ain't built nothing around yourself, family is a force field. Let me say that. So that dementia, that forgetting, you got to have people you can trust, right? To hold your debit card for you and help you and protect you financially. You got to have people who you have poured into, who love and respect you, who will not exploit you in your old age. That's what you got to have. That's investment, baby. That's investment. That's you giving a fuck about somebody. And then when you get old, they give a fuck about you. That shit's important. Do you know how many old people get exploited, dragged, dogged out? All that stuff. It sounds good, y'all. When you're young, you talk all that shit. I don't need nobody. I don't even care. Fuck this, fuck that. Okay. Your head will bald. My hair's gonna bald, y'all. There's gonna come a day. I got all this motherfucking hair. I got 4 feet of hair. My husband got 4 feet of hair. There will come a day it'll be a bald head. I know this. There will come a day when you don't find yourself able to articulate yourself, no matter how educated and intelligent you are. You talking and you're rambling, talking in circles. There'll come a day when you're not the best communicator. And it's going to take somebody who loves and understands you and knows what you like and what you don't like, what you eat and what you don't eat, what your allergies are, that speak for you, that support you, that help you. It's going to take that because you're not going to be able to say what you want to say. Just like a baby, you go back to babyhood. When you get old, you're going to need everybody, y'all. You're going to need everybody, everybody. You're going to need a spouse. You're going to need children. You're going to need grandchildren to go and and refill you a drink because you thirsty because you can't get up. I'm telling y'all some shit I'm dealing with right now. You gonna need somebody. All that tough talk, that shit gonna go out the door. Wait, just wait for it. Wait for it. All that tough talk gonna go out the motherfucking door. Okay? You got people that get old, they fall down, they hurt themselves, they realize I can't walk like I used to. You hear me? I can't walk like I used to. So they might be able to use a walker. Maybe. Maybe. But a lot of people end up in wheelchairs when they get 80, 90 years old. Guess what? You're going to need somebody to push you in that wheelchair. You understand? And these insurance policies don't pay for no all day 24-hour care. You do know that. So all that, I don't need nobody. You're going to need somebody to push that damn wheelchair. You're going to need somebody to help you hobble into the shower. Yeah, just to the bathroom is a challenge. You hear me? Man, the shit I'm learning about caretaking and aging is blowing my mind. You're going to need somebody for everything. I'm cleaning my canisters. I got a deep cleaning of my kitchen. You're going to need somebody. All that tough talk, that shit going to go out the door. You're not going to have teeth. Feel me? And what does it mean when you don't have teeth? That means you're going to have somebody to take care and maintain your dentures, to give you your dentures when it's time to eat, to clean your dentures when it's time to eat, to help you put them back in your mouth. You gonna have to go to the bathroom. That's a whole nother challenge. How you gonna get to the bathroom? You gonna need somebody to get in and out of the bed. You gonna need somebody. You just like a baby when you get 80, 90 years old. A lot of people are helpless. You're gonna need somebody to help you eat. You're gonna need somebody to balance your food, to make sure that you're taking your medication because you can't remember. Y'all feel me? I don't need nobody. I don't need no woman. I don't need no man. I can do bad, but it sound good while you young. It sound good while you walking. But if you don't create a family, a quality family that cares about your fucking ass, when you get old, you about to catch fucking hell. You hear me? I'm telling y'all the truth. You gonna catch hell. You are going to catch pure hell because it is only the grace of God that you have people who care about you. Because everybody else on the planet is fucking gone. Everybody you ever knew. I even found that out some auntie, because I'm taking care of my husband's 90-year-old auntie every day. I'm cooking for her. I'm cleaning for her. I'm organizing for her. I'm washing her clothes. She can't do anything, and I'm honored to do it. I'm honored to do it. I refill her drinks. I empty her catheter. I am an assistant to her. I am serving my husband's family. That's why he married. That's why he married me. This is what comes with a wife. That's not my blood family. I am doing a duty. Y'all understand? That's a duty. When my mother-in-law had a medical issue, I told her, I said, you come and stay here for 2 weeks. And I served my mother-in-law. She stayed in the guest bedroom. This is the benefits of a wife. When your parents get old and your parents and your family, when they need support, that's not what men do. You understand? Men work. Women care. Women take care of. My husband, he's an amazing man, but it's not his job, right? It's a responsibility, but it's not his direct job to do all these things for Auntie. Okay? So what I'm telling y'all is a wife is a wonderful thing. A wife is from God. These are the duties of a wife. When your mother gets sick, your mother gets into a situation where she needs somebody. She needs support. Your wife, your wife. I want y'all to think about that. Some of y'all men who call yourself, I'm single and proud, who's going to take care of your mother? Who's going to take care of your mama? Hmm? Every day while you work, who's going to take care of her? I want y'all to think about that. A wife is a wonderful thing. Y'all are on the surface with y'all stuff. Y'all don't think deeply. Y'all want to look at facts and statistics, but maybe that's because y'all know you can't get a wife. I don't know. But I'm here to tell you, your head will bald. You will come to a place where you are wearing Depends. You hear me? You're wearing Depends. That means you piss and shit on yourself. And you know what? That's normal. But who in your family? What family did you create? What spouse do you have? What children? What grandchildren? What great grandchildren? Who is going to wipe your butt with grace? Notice this is about grace and respect. Who's going to do that? Who's going to wipe your butt? I challenge anybody. Think about it. Who's going to wipe your butt? And it ain't going to listen. Don't even say, I'm going to end up in a retirement home. Man, please. Jish. That's a whole nother conversation. Retirement homes, unless you got the top dollars, top money, you're ignored. I'm just telling you. You'll have drool going down your face for hours and nobody will notice, okay? You'll be done pissed on yourself. Some of these old folks home, unless you got top tier old folks home, you will sit and piss all day. These places are understaffed. Gabe, you wow. Gabe said, he said AB Media is gonna take care of BGS. Listen, you know what? I'm convinced that BGS is selling them Negroes a whole bunch of shit, and his situation is not gonna be what theirs is. He has children. He got grandkids. I'm just saying. He's taking care of that boy. BGS ain't stupid. He's investing in that grandson. Notice that now. He ain't fucking dumb. BGS ain't dumb by a long shot. Do he tell them niggas to invest in children? Do he tell them no? So see, when all else fails, that grandson and them daughters, but them rest of them niggas, he ain't telling them. He ain't telling them, hey man, invest in these young kids. You want to have a family. He got a family. He ain't telling them to invest in a family. I pay attention to BGS. I really do. I be paying attention. I look at what he does, not what he says. BGS got women around him. I don't give a- I can tell he got women around. He got women around. He know how to keep women around. Daughters, women in his community. Listen to him. That woman he talking about is his mentor, and all this other shit. He got plenty of relationships with women. He discourages these Negroes from having relationships with women while he got plenty relationships with women. So when his mouth get dry, BGS ain't stupid. He talking that shit, but he living different, okay? He gonna have plenty of caretakers around. He ain't telling them Negroes to do that. He's not telling them, hey, invest in relationships with women. I know I am. I got many a woman who will put a spoon to my face. He ain't telling them that. He gonna let them niggas hang. They're gonna be out there. He ain't telling them, hey, make sure you got grandsons. Make sure you invest in your grandsons. Make sure you spend time with your grandsons. Make sure your grandsons are doing the best they can. I talked to BJS not long ago, and I asked him, I said, did you intentionally build in your family that the idea that they should do better generation after generation? You know what he said? He said, yep. That's when I said, oh, okay. So you ain't really red pill, black pill like that. Okay. He's invested in family. It may not be the traditional family, but his ass is not gonna suffer in his age. That's my opinion based on how he's investing and pouring into his grandson. And I'm sure others. He got like what he say, 3, 4 grandkids. He ain't stupid. When he look around at 80, 90 years old and everybody else gone, he'll be here with his grandkids who he poured into. He ain't telling them dumb Negroes to do that, but his ass is investing in his grandson. He ain't damn dumb. His grandson and his daughters. Because a black woman is going to pick up the spoon and feed you when nobody else will, okay? A black woman will cook for you if you've been a decent human being, nobody else will. Especially a daughter. I'd be damned if I see my daddy suffer. Wherever I go, he goes. Shit, my buddy, my daddy. He always gonna be taken care of. Okay, that's how women are with their daddy. He ain't got to work. That's an investment. But BGS don't tell nobody to invest. He don't say invest in your daughters. He investing in his. He talked to me. He told me how he sent her to school, how he wanted the best for her. He can talk that shit. I hear through the hearing. Okay, I listen. I hear through the hearing. He invested in daughters. They call him dad, mom. What they call him? What they call him? Dad, girl dads. Talk all that shit, but he invested in his daughters. He ain't damn stupid. Because the son, he might be there, but the son ain't gonna put that spoon to your mouth. The son ain't gonna be the one to wipe your ass, okay? So back to I'm getting these canisters clean. He said the amount of time that BGS invests in their underdevelopment, they should be there for him. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. He really does. He invests in their underdevelopment. But see, that's the thing. BGS, I gotta give it to him. He's a mad hustler. He's building his fucking retirement shit up. He ain't stupid. That's what I said. BGS is interesting. The old man is interesting. They are spending their young years fucking off, doing stupid shit, thinking stupid, but he's over there playing 5D Jam chess. He's a senior creating an income. So he won't be without medications or whatever he might need. He ain't gonna be without shit. He's still providing for himself. He using his little hustle to do that, but nonetheless, he's a senior who ain't suffering from no income. Okay? I'm not saying it's right, but I understand. You know what I'm saying? People got to look at that kind of stuff. And these dudes that's following, they were natural born followers. So that's what they supposed to do. Yeah, BGS probably got him about $10,000, $8,000 extra income as a senior, making sure he provides for himself in his older age. And that balances out about right when you don't have a spouse. That'll balance out. That's an extra cushion when you don't have a living spouse, a current spouse. That's balanced because a spouse has their income and their benefits they bring to the table. So he has to balance it out. I get it. But y'all, this is what I'm saying. All that tough talk, that shit goes out the door. That while you young and you standing up, you I'm strong. Yeah, you can talk all that shit. You gonna be so humbled. You gonna be so humbled. I'm not hating older age. I'm trying to preserve my youth as much as I can because I like being able-bodied and sound mind. I like it. Most people do. But let me tell you something. There is a sure decline for most people. Now I've seen those people who are outliers and they jumping and running what do you call it? Running marathons and shit in their 80s. Those are outliers. Bone density decreases, right? People's hips and bones become brittle. You become vulnerable to disease, disorders. Those organs begin to malfunction. You find yourself being surrounded by procedures. I'm not trying to depress people. I'm just telling you the mentality you have while you were young, you cannot maintain that same energy as you get older. You cannot maintain it. It's not yours to maintain. You will have disorders and dysfunction. You will, as Auntie had the other day, doctor prescribed something. That shit cost $1,000 for 30 fucking days. Listen, Auntie was prescribed a medication that cost $1,000 for 30 days. You can talk that shit that you don't need nobody while you young. Guess what? Do y'all think Auntie can get up and go to get her prescription? Do you think she remembers her appointments? No. She needs somebody for everything. You will go back to the earth from which you came. You will become a baby again. And the dignity that's due to you as an elder will only be established and maintained from the family and the quality of the family that you create. You do not, let me say this again, you do not want to die alone. You do not want to experience old age alone. You need to be surrounded by people who love and respect you and will help you grow old with grace. And so if you walking around right now, you single and free, no spouse, you half raising children, you think they're going to be there? That's the second thing I want to talk about. Marriage is a choice. Marriage is a good choice. I'm pro marriage because I see the whole human being. I see the length of your life. And marriage provides everything that you need if you're smart. If you're smart. If you are a functional human being, marriage will provide everything you need. Now, if you're a dysfunctional person, you're a narcissist, you're crazy, you don't have work ethic, you don't have balance, you don't have function, you don't have purpose, marriage is going to do nothing for you. If you're not a functional human being, marriage can do absolutely nothing for you. If you have psychopathic tendencies, narcissism, if you are a generally angry, hateful person, you're not a person in good spirits, and you don't have any faith in God, and you don't know any purpose of your life, marriage will do absolutely nothing for you. Nothing. It'll be a waste of your time. So some of you who are saying, "Oh, I don't ever want to be married," it might very well be that you don't have the personality or the character traits that somebody would want to be with you. Because see, marriage is a give and take. Marriage is a choice, but it's a give and take. And I'm telling you, when it comes to aging, being married is a good thing. Do you know that the benefits of a military person who you've been married to carry over to the spouse? You understand? Male or female. The benefits, let me show y'all. I've been cutting squash, butternut squash. I got two more left. I had a big harvest from the garden. I got two more butternut squash left. I'm making sure I clean my counters and my canisters really well. It's time consuming, but I got time today. So that's what I'm doing. I got that counter clean. Now I'm about to finish this part. And I got to do, I told y'all about stainless steel. Stainless steel is beautiful, but you got to polish this shit. And it takes time. I was cooking last night. I didn't clean up. I was tired. So I'm doing it now. I'm doing it now. So that's what I'm saying to y'all. You have to think about the long term. Don't think about how young and vibrant you are today. That spouse you have, they come with benefits. If you marry well and you marry smart, your spouse has benefits that will transfer to you. If you're smart, you have what? Insurance policy on your spouse. When they die, there's the benefit. Y'all understand? This is why marriage is important. It's a duty, it's a responsibility, it's a benefit. People talk stupid on the internet. They talking stupid because they don't know no better. They want to worry about stats and statistics and stuff. Them people could never probably get married any fucking way. That's all they think marriage is. You benefit from the what? The insurance and the health benefits from your spouse. You cover each other. This is not a one-way thing. A wife has a retirement savings plan. A husband has a savings plan for retirement. Other investments. My husband stands to to inherit property. Okay? That is an asset to me upon the death of some particular person in his family. Not this auntie, not this auntie, not this auntie, but someone else in the family has left him property. And upon their death, he will have access. That property is in a whole nother city. But these are the assets that you bring, the assets of your family, your wife, what your family will give to your wife or your husband as inheritance. These are the benefits of family because you have to carry on. You have to pass on whatever the last generation invested in, whatever they accomplished. You got to pass it on. And this is where your spouse comes in. This is where your children come in. I'm not saying nothing new or spectacular or something that ain't common sense. I'm just pointing out some things that when you age, when you get old, there is a purpose for marriage. These things will secure you in your older age. Those properties can be rented. You understand? What you built together as a couple. You are doing something as a couple that would be hard to have done as an individual, male or female. It's time to cash in when you get old. What you and your wife built, you can cash in as part of your retirement plan together. You're planning together. This is why marriage is so important and family. And even if you don't have a whole bunch of children, you invest in the next generation. You got nieces, you got nephews. And see, black folks, sometimes I think we act like we don't have common sense. When them nieces and nephews are going to college, because everybody can't have a whole bunch of kids, okay? You can, but a lot of times, look at these people. Look at what these people do. They want to wait till they damn 35 and 40 to even look for a husband or a wife. It's a wrap, goddamn it. It's over for you. Who you playing with? And what's the likelihood that anything is going to last? If you 50 years old dating a chick that's 20 years old, what's the likelihood she going to be hanging around and still with you? What's the likelihood? A younger woman is going to be thinking about her longevity. Even if she fuck around and slip around and have a baby, she's still going to be thinking about her longevity. She's going to be, I'm with a 50-year-old man. I'm 20 years old. He's 30 years older than me. She don't want to marry that. And if she do get married, it's simply because she plans to inherit whatever you got. That's all. She's securing her portfolio. That's all. I have a friend and she married an older man and I had a conversation. I said, girl, you better have him put everything in your damn name because he wanted to be married and he said he didn't want no more kids and she was young. She was in her 40s getting married to a damn 67, 70-year-old man. I told her, I said, you better make sure every property he got, he's a Google exec. I said, every property he got, they live in California. Everything he got, girl, you better put that shit in your name. And the crazy thing is, I told her that because he had children before her. I said he'll fuck around with his. See, he didn't fuck around and had his children with his ex-wife. He'll fuck around, leave everything to his children, and won't leave you shit. You'll be damn 60 years old, shoulda, coulda, woulda, fucked up. You better make sure if you marry that old man, you put everything. He put everything in both of y'all names. So marriage has a purpose. Marriage has a purpose in aging. All this tough talk, y'all gonna eat them. Listen, y'all gonna eat them motherfucking words, every last one of them. Let me just go down a list of things that happen to people as they age, so y'all can see, because that's a reality nobody wants to talk about. And I'm gonna tell you what the plan should be for somebody between 18 and 30 years old, so that you can avoid suffering as an old person. You want to avoid suffering as an old person, okay? Things that will happen to you as you age. You're going back to the earth from which you came. You will lose your focus and mental capacities, your memory. This is not going well. I'm gonna wash this first. This is not going well. Let me rinse this out. Stainless steel is very particular. It has to be real slick before you even begin polishing. If it senses any oil, crud, or anything, the shit will. Stainless steel is a mess. I wanted my whole kitchen stainless steel. Boy, I wish I had to talk to somebody beforehand to get the real deal on stainless steel. This shit'll make you work, baby. This shit'll make you work. My microwave is stainless steel. My stove is stainless steel. My dishwasher, refrigerator, the fucking backsplash, all of it's stainless steel. And it's keeping it clean as hell, okay? Because every little thing, every little bit of oil, it shows up. So anyway, y'all trust me. You start losing your hair. I'm just telling you. I'm over there with Auntie, and I have to help her put her underwear on. I never would have thought lifting her foot up to put her underwear on. I never would have thought. All these little things that I take for granted as a functional person, not too far from my own youth, right? Not too far. I'm in my mid 40s. I never would have thought about having to have somebody help me put my underwear on. This is real shit. When you're around old people, you start seeing stuff. You see bed pads because they might tinkle at night. Then you realize they have to wear Depends. They've lost control of their bowels and bladder. They have to take laxatives because their digestive system very easily locks up. They have to have a pill box full of medications. Their day is weathered by taking medication, timing medication, not missing medication. This becomes the life as one becomes old, and as one ages. I did a good job. I did a good job. No streaks. No streaks. I did it, y'all. No streaks. No streaks. All right. I'm cooking. I'm goddamn cooking. I'm cooking. Okay, so I got the canisters clean. They're all polished. The countertops are polished. The stove is clean. I'm not even going to bother with that stainless steel because that's going to get dirty in a couple of minutes. I'm not going to bother. But the backsplash, I did a good job. Okay. All right. My husband installed it. He can build anything. My husband installed a backsplash. He had a custom cut and everything. He designed it and he had it installed. I like it. Anyhow, okay. So now I'm going to move down here. Y'all see my butcher knives? I'm going to start cutting these butternut squash again. I got to clean off my thing. So the next thing I'm going to say is this. You think about it. Your bowels don't move. You got to have somebody help you put underwear on because you can't even lift your legs. Circulation issues. You start swelling up. It's all kind of shit that go on with old people, y'all. They have to use a walker, a cane. They become immobile, just like a baby. You know, you couldn't walk then, you can't walk now. They move real slow. You're vulnerable when you can't move like you used to. You got to get up. You got to be careful that you don't fall because if you fall, now you're going to end up in a whole nother world of trouble. You need somebody to be a guiding hand to help you. You need people. Can I say that any louder? You need people. All that tough talk, that shit sound good. Uh-oh. I'm getting water everywhere. Damn. Let me get my mop. Fuck. I just made a mess. You need people. Stop that stupid shit. I don't need anybody. I don't need no women. Let me tell you something. You're going to come to a point. Black men, do you guys know when I go see Auntie, she got a good healthcare plan. Let me tell y'all something about Auntie. Auntie was a she was a married woman who married a military man. He died before her. He left her in good shape, good condition. She has a nice, she just lives down the street. She got a nice house. Okay. Like 5-bedroom house here in the burbs. Auntie is sitting pretty. Her house been paid off, okay? Because she invested. She, like me, was a teacher. Auntie was a teacher. She retired out of the New York. She was teaching in New York City, and then she came to Atlanta, and they bought a house. Her and her husband worked as a couple, as a team, two black professionals their whole life. He was a professional military man, and she was a professional teacher. And she retired. Okay, so Auntie got all kind of good benefits. But she was born in 1935. She's had benefits from back in the day when they really had benefits. They don't have benefits like that no more. Auntie can literally go to a full time old folks home, a good, nice quality place. You know, the kind where they give you a personal assistant to get you up every day, keep you on a schedule. They got you doing flower arrangements and shit. A real nice facility. She's got that kind of setup. Okay, but right now she got her big nice house and she's surrounded by family, so she gonna be just fine until and if she gets into a more deeper medical condition. But right now she's got what you call a home health care management system that's coming by. Somebody comes by every day, a nurse and aide, and they empty her catheters. Catheters mean a place where you hold urine because you don't urinate on your own anymore. That happens to people. A nurse aide changes your underwear. They help get you in the shower, in the bath. They help you brush your teeth. These people come 5 days a week. And so I take up the weekend. I do all this for her on the weekend. And I check up on her and I cook her meals. I cook Auntie's meals. I cook 2 meals a day for Auntie. And I put balanced nutrition in there. I know her diet, what she needs and what she don't need. I cut her fresh fruit. I make her salads. And I make her food that is okay for somebody who has diabetes. Again, this is why you have a wife. For those men who don't understand the purpose of marriage and why you have a wife. When the elders in your family come into need, it is your wife who will answer the call. Amen. Let the church say amen. Okay. But what I was saying is that your spouse will provide good quality health care, good quality benefits, so that when you age, where is my, oh my God, what have I done with my peeler? Where's my peeler? Okay, there you go. Had to clean my counter and my peeler off. We're starting fresh today. Okay. Y'all move over here with me. Come on. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Line up, everybody. Line up. Okay. But yeah, so Auntie, I'm here just talking today, y'all, because I got time. I got to cook. I got a whole heap of shit to cook, okay? So I'm just kicking the breeze while I'm cooking and doing my thing. Cutting the butternut squash. So Auntie, what was I at? I gotta keep track of what I was doing, what I was saying. So yeah, marriage. That's why it's important. Your spouse is gonna bring the benefits so you guys can retire decently. So you can actually afford your fucking medication. Y'all, let me tell you something. If you ain't built nothing, you're gonna hate it. And that's where I'm getting to now. The age of 18 to 30. That's the next thing I want to talk about. The age of 18 to 30 is some of the most important times of your life. Don't fuck off. Do not fuck it off. This is the time you need to be building your foundation and planning for quality of life, maintaining, building. Y'all know this shit. But see, it takes discipline to do it. It takes discipline not to do the opposite. Fuck off, play around, want to live for the day. You better live for the future. Because that's what I'm saying. I'm saying all the foundation that Auntie built, she built when she was young. And she's benefiting it right now. It's going to come a day where people, how they say the grasshopper and the ant, the grasshopper, right? He was running his ass around having fun. And when winter comes, no pun intended, when winter comes, his ass is grass. There's gonna be a whole lot of people because that Social Security, that Social Security ain't gonna cut it, y'all. I'm here to tell you, baby. That Social Security is not gonna cut it. That Medicare loan, that shit is not gonna cut it. They don't have no facilities. People don't invest in old people. Can I say that again? People do not invest in old people. You've already done what you're gonna do. You have already been the rat in the cage. You've already been on the treadmill. They done got all the work they can get out of you. Don't nobody give a fuck about old people. That's why I said family is important. The only somebody who gonna give a fuck about old people is your family. And that's if you got a good family. That's if you got a family you invested in. That's why it's important to marry into a good family. This is why. Let me see if there's any other comment. Gabe said, these dudes don't think about that. They think their finances give them infinite choices and a spouse. No. Mm-mm. And see, that's the thing, too. People be worried about stupid shit. They talk about vetting women and dumb shit. You know, that's why I laugh at the gender war. These people, they don't know anything about real life. They don't be around real people going through real shit. At least decent people. They don't. They don't be around people and watch all the processes of life. You got to watch the processes of life. You got to watch other people go through shit so you can learn something. Pay attention. But you got to be around decent people who got something to do that. You understand? If you're not around decent people who got nothing, ain't nothing to watch. But fuckery. But I actually want to see, what does it look like when you retire? I remember when I was a younger teacher and the teachers retired, I would call them and say, hey, how's retirement? You know what they always told me? It ain't what I thought it was going to be. I've been hearing that forever. It ain't what I thought it was going to be. So guess what? When it was time for retirement, who the fuck said, give me my money? I said, give me my money. Give me my damn money. I'm not finna play them damn games that y'all play. Mm-mm. They promise a whole heap of shit. And what a lot of the people who retire find out, if you ain't did additional savings, if you ain't did X, Y, and Z, all them ideas of vacationing and going to the Bahamas every couple of months or traveling and taking cruises, listen, that's why I have a variety of people in my community I learn from. I look at what they do and how they move, and that's how I learn. Okay, because you ain't gonna learn everything from one person. Okay, I see how stuff. My friend is retired. She was married, and her husband left a fat insurance policy for her. She has a business building that is paid off, a home paid off. Her husband left her nice. Okay, this is why we have a spouse. And had it been him, he'd have been left nice. My husband and I have some real solid insurance policy. He gonna be nice. I'm gonna be nice. Understand? If I don't pay nothing all goddamn year, I tell you one motherfucking thing, I'm gonna make sure I pay them insurance policies. You damn right. It gets greater later, baby. This is the benefits of having a spouse. It's also the benefit of having a family. You can put insurance policies on anybody in your family. You understand? They will allow you to because it's a smart thing to do. This is why you have family you got good relationships with. Insurance policies can be abundant. Who knows? Ask the white folk. They've been doing it forever. Okay? Somebody died, everybody's getting paid. I'm just telling y'all the truth. It don't sound nice, but that's the reality. My dad has always said that. He said it makes no sense that black people don't get insurance policies, big ones, because there comes a time where everybody's gonna die. Why not invest in that when it's a mechanism to do so? It seems immoral, I understand, but you got a plan for your life. So I go back to my original point. 18 to 30, you have to have a plan for yourself. Okay? You need to be working hard, smart, not fucking off and doing dumb shit. You need to be planning for your future, investing in your future. Think about your ass when you get 90 years old. How is that going to work out? And you got people, they don't start thinking about shit. They don't start thinking about their health. They don't start thinking about having a family. They don't start thinking about shit till they're 40. But guess what? By 40, it's too goddamn late. By 40, it's too goddamn late. That's what I'm telling y'all. All these people that I hear, I laugh at. Man, nobody want to get married. That's a hustle, man. The state, man. The state, man, when you a motherfucker with no insurance policy, die alone. You the motherfucker who, when the time comes, ain't nobody gonna put a spoon to your mouth. Die alone, okay? You the motherfucker that when the time comes, you gonna sit in a wheelchair somewhere and ain't nobody gonna look at your ass, pay you no attention. You're gonna be sitting there depressed. Y'all, let me tell you something. Depression, when you can't go nowhere and you can't do nothing, you ain't mobile no more, nobody coming to see you, and you just sitting and rotting, just rotting away, and your mind is bumbling and fumbling, and you start processing mistakes you made, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Y'all, I wouldn't wish that hell on nobody. Let me tell you something. And that's one thing I can tell you. If you between the 18 and 30 years of age don't make the good decisions, if you haven't thought and prepared for your older age, if you haven't kept the end in mind when you are 18 and 30, I mean 18 to 30 years old, you are going to live in a world of regret. And you ain't gonna have nothing but time and space to just sit your ass in one spot, legs up, or in a damn rehab bed, or in hospice, and it's just gonna be a prison. You're gonna run through your mind a thousand things you should have did different if you had a known. I've seen it, y'all. You got some of these old people, man. They get depressed just being old because they think about how much time they wasted, how many stupid mistakes, how egotistical they were. And if they could turn back the hands of time, if I could turn back time, right? If I could find a way, it's too late. And now you're imprisoned by your old body and you sit in one space alone and you decay. Men and women both alike. And let me talk about the next thing. So fuck off and fuck around and find out. Be foolish and stupid. Live from your ego. Don't plan. Don't think with the end in mind. Don't make smart decisions. Don't do anything. Don't get married. Talk from your ego. I don't need nobody. Fuck bitches. Fuck this. Fuck that. I'm going to hit it and quit it. I don't need a nigga. Nigga ain't shit. Y'all keep that up. Fuck around and find out. Your day is going to come. Your day is going to come. And you're going to eat them words. Your old ass, if you got dentures, you're going to eat them words. Okay? You're going to eat them words. Because you're going to find yourself alone in the world. Nobody you ever knew is going to exist. Okay? And all of y'all that hate black women, let me get on that too. You talk shit about black women. I'm here to tell you that every single specialist, from the social worker to the physical therapist to the OT, and this is because the sister had a good job, okay? That auntie's getting all these services. Most people won't get these services, okay? She had a good plan, a good healthcare plan, because she was a professional and she had good benefit. But a lot of people won't get these kind of plans. So let me tell you what every person that has come through there so far, from the nurse aides to the nurse to the social worker to the OT to the PT, physical therapist, everybody, the caseworker, everybody who's been involved. Guess what they are, y'all? Guess what race? Guess what gender? The people who lift the forks to hungry mouths when they're old. Guess what race and gender they are? Can anybody guess? The people who are wiping butts and lifting old people up so they can walk. The people who are releasing uh, the urine from the catheters. What gender and what race do you think these people are? Let's guess. Gabe said retirement is overrated. I plan to work to some capacity all as long as I can. I like what I do. That's smart, Gabe. That book I have called Die Broke, he talks about that. He says he says he says retire early but never he said retire early but never stop working. And it sounds crazy, but it's the truth. You might as well, because as soon as people stop working, you know what happens? They usually die. Death comes soon after. When people retire and they don't have a purpose in their life, they soon die afterwards. I got one more squash. I got one more. Let me get a freezer bag. These are squash that come out of my garden. I'm cutting. I don't know if y'all can see it. Move it up some. I really want some really good knives, but I'm afraid to get really, really good knives. This is called Pioneer Woman. And I'm afraid to get really good knives because I just don't know. I think I'm going to cut myself. I have a fear. I have a fear of cutting myself. You get a really good knife, you can fucking chop your damn shit off, and with them Jinsus and them Japanese knives and them knives be costing $200-300. I don't need it. I'm good. So that's the butternut squash that's coming out of the garden. Okay. So 18 to 30 is the time to plan, not to fuck off. And you're right, Gabe. Retirement is kind of like, in a way, I guess, a stepping off of the treadmill, that hard run, that sprint. That's all retirement is. It's stopping the sprint. It doesn't mean quitting. I mean, I'd be bored out of my skull if I didn't have my business. You know, I'd be bored out of my mind if I didn't have a garden. I have to have something to do productive. I'm just no longer on the treadmill. That's all. I'm not on the treadmill. I got tired. I think that the teaching burnt me out. It depends on your career. My career is a burnout career. If you're doing your fucking job, it is. If you don't give a fuck, as a teacher, you can probably last forever. But if you actually I worked with at-risk kids, so that shit was burning me out. The whole fucking thing, the whole system was burning me out. I was sick of that shit. It was rewarding while it was rewarding. Let me say that. I love my kids. I love my kids. Even that, y'all. Y'all know I've invested in so many young people. I have at least about 8 to 10 of my kids that still keep me, like, I mentored them. That's an investment. When I get old, guess who'll be coming to see me? Because they still talking to me. I'm still watching them get married. I'm still watching them go to graduate school. My students. I've invested in young people. I've invested in young people like they're my children. I'm talking about outside of school. I have an ex-boyfriend. I've invested in his daughters. I helped raise his daughters. I took them school shopping. I still see them girls. They're beautiful. You got to invest in young people, right? And that's the thing. Between 18 and 30, you need to be hustling, grinding, finding a spouse, finding somebody, deciding what you want to do, working hard. And if you don't do that shit, your quality of life when you get 80 is going to suck. When you get 90, it's going to suck. You're not going to be in facilities. You're not going to have nobody take care of you. Who's going to pay the rent? I'm just saying, people don't think about it. Who's going to pay the rent? Are you going to have a house that's paid off? That's why I say these men who want to call themselves talking about women and marriage. If you ain't even got a house, shut the fuck up. You ain't even part of the game. If you as a man have not bought your own home before you even talk about a wife, you're a fucking idiot. Because you're already behind. If you 30 years old and you don't have a fucking house and you talking about marriage, you are an idiot. You just need to shut up. You was never part of the game. You was never gonna make it anyway. You was not gonna meet the cut. Okay. Whew, this is hard work. You do. You got people talking about something they ain't even ready for. I wish a man would be talking to me about relationships and marriage and he don't got a fucking house that he done bought and paid for himself. Financed by his damn self. You gotta wait till I come around to do something. You crazy? You crazy as hell. What I look like? Boo boo the fool. These men come with nothing in their hand. And women too. You didn't sat around and did nothing. You ain't got nothing to show for nothing. And people tell me, so and so got potential. Man, fuck potential. I don't want no potential. I don't have potential food and potential car notes and potential bills. I got real shit. I got a lifestyle to maintain. I don't have time for none of that. I have no sympathy. Yes, we are in a capitalistic society, and I have no fucking apologies. I give no fucks. None. And that's why, I subscribe to water seeks its own level. Stick with your kind. Because when you try to date people and deal with people who ain't where you at, it ain't nothing but failure. Nothing. Nothing but failure. If you're a professional, be with a professional. You middle class, be with middle class. You rich, be with rich. Date in your league. And that's why people be mad. Because they trying to date outside their league. You ain't worthy, baby. People are not better than people, but people are equally yoked. And if you're not equally yoked, your relationship is going to suffer. It won't last. Marriages should not be built on relationships that are not equally yoked. Okay? Don't waste your time trying to be an equalizer. We can work it out. Nah, nah, nah. We can't work it out. You had to come to the table with something. And that's why a lot of people be frustrated because they realize that they wasted that 18 to 30 years old. They wasted it. And those are the years somebody looking for you. Y'all think people start looking for somebody in they fucking 40s? Do you think so? You a fool. I would argue that all the good people are gone by 40. For real. All the quality people, I don't know if I'm talking loud. All the quality people are fucking gone by 40. Let's just keep it real. For women, I would argue 35. And the best are gone by 28. Your very best choices and options are gone by 28 when it comes to women. And everybody ain't supposed to be married. I'm talking about for marriage. Okay? Everybody ain't supposed to be married. But your best options for a wife is by the time she's 28. It's 28 to 35. Any woman after 35, she ain't been able, don't want to. I'm talking about people who say they want to be married. You just unable by 35 to get married and that's your desire? I don't know. I wouldn't trust it. Unless you real crystal clear that you had a plan. Sometimes people, I don't know. I ain't gonna put an absolute timeline on it, but when it's a priority for somebody to be family oriented and wife oriented, that's a fucking priority. That's all I can tell you. Okay. That's all I can tell you. Your actions will follow your desires, your true intentions. Your actions will easily follow. Okay. So let me speak on the children and the quality of family. Let me speak on that, and then I'm gonna end this train. Your peers will not be there to support you. Auntie had a friend named, well, I won't say her name. I call her Miss E. And Miss E was there for a while as a support. Okay. Miss E is an older woman too. She's not as old as Auntie, but she's an older woman, church lady. And she kept talking about Miss E, Miss E, Miss E. And I kept saying, who in the hell is it? Oh, she's my church member. I was like, oh, okay. And I said, well, what happened to her? She said, oh, she used to come sit with me. See, old people need somebody to keep them company too now. So your mind don't get depressed. You need somebody to sit with you, talk to you, keep your mind focused, keep you social. You need that. You need loving touch. And the answer to my question earlier, all the women, all the people that come to see Auntie, and most old people. So if you are old and you actually can afford services, or you're in a facility, the majority of the people, y'all hear me now, Kevin Samuels, the majority of the people who will be wiping your butt, wiping your face, feeding you, putting a spoon to your mouth, lotioning your ashy ass, bathing you, changing your catheters, changing your depends, guess who it's going to be? It's going to be a black woman. I want y'all to know that. It's going to be a black woman who's between the age of fucking 35 and 55. That's who it's going to be, y'all. So if you have a hatred for all things black woman, you better not get old because their facilities are full of nurses who are black and female. The social workers, majority are black and female. I have not met many physical therapists that were men. I have not met many occupational therapists that were men. All that I have ever met in occupational therapy have been women. If you hate women, you better not fucking get old. That's all I can tell you. Because you're going to be surrounded by women. Okay? Particularly black women. It's going to be black women that's going to lift that spoon and that fork. It's going to be black women that's going to actually heat your food up. It's going to be black women cooking for you. It's going to be black women changing your bed when you're pissing it. It's going to be black women that's helping you in and out of the bed, pushing you down the hallway if you can afford a facility when you get old. It's going to be black women, black nurses that are helping you, give you your medicine every day. It's going to be black women, y'all. It's going to be black women. Nurses are blessings. You hear me? Nurses are blessings. And the majority is what I see of black women. They're all fucking nurses. Almost all these nurses I see and these specialists I see, they are the nurse aides, the people who bring you some water when you thirsty because you can't get your ass up. They're black women. So if you hate black women, if you detest black women so much, I want you to make sure your ass don't get old. You see what happened to Kevin Samuels, y'all. Kevin Samuels, as much shit as he talked, he had a big Shirley singing over his grave, over his funeral. He had a big Shirley. Y'all hear me? Kevin Samuels did. Not only that, I bet you the person who put his makeup on, who fixed his body at the funeral home, I bet you it was a woman. I bet you it was a black woman. My husband's best friend, who was a girl, I think I've mentioned that before. She was a funeral. I don't know what they call them. There's a word for it. Fuck, I forgot the name of it. She did all the embalming and that funeral shit. That's what she used to do. I thought it was weird when she told me. I said, "What the fuck?" But it's actually work. It's good. It's a job. Shit. I forgot the name of it. But that's what she did. So the person who fixed Kevin Samuel's ass up to be in that funeral, put his suit on, was probably a black woman. The woman, the big Shirley who sung over him. The person who event planned. So you got to have an event planner for, the funeral home. They have to have a person. Usually it's a black woman. She walks the family in. She consoles them. She tells them what the deal is, how to do this, how to do that. They're usually on site, making sure that everything goes as planned. They put the schedule together for the funeral. The funeral business is dominated by black women. I'm just telling y'all. A black man might own that motherfucker, but it's a black woman running it. There are so many black women intricately part of the funeral care and service business. Black women all over that. If you hate black women, you better not die. Ask Kevin. And then a big fat black woman gonna sing over your dead ass, okay? It's gonna be a big fat black Shirley that's gonna sing deep, boisterous songs. So if you don't like black women, you better not die, nigga. So don't get old and make sure your ass don't die. Because you're gonna be surrounded by black women. And if I was a gender warrior, I would just tell you, it looks to me, if you want a gender war, that the black women have the last say over your life. Not a conversation, but a say. And guess what? Y'all, baby, be kind. Be kind to women. Be kind to women. Be kind to your own children. Be kind. Because it's gonna come a day that the only way you're gonna eat is by the hand of a black woman. The same way you started, baby. The same way you started. Be careful. Be careful. The black woman is God. No, I'm just playing. I ain't gonna go there. I'm just saying, be careful. Be careful how you treat women. Especially when you know your ass gonna get old and you're gonna be surrounded by them same black women. And it's only the mercy of God and these good Christian nurses and good Christian women that's gonna keep you from falling asunder. You hear me? Be good to black women. Have some fucking decency. Because when you on your last leg, it is going to be a black woman that's going to come to your aid. I promise you this. I promise you this. I can promise you. It is going to be the hand of a black woman. The same way the day you were born, it was the hand of a black woman that kept you, has kept you and continue to keep you alive. Men don't do this work, baby. Men don't do this work. Men don't have the capacity to do this work. And y'all, let me tell you something. There's this thing I want y'all to know called elder abuse. Elder abuse. You need to know about it. When you don't do right by your children, when you don't do right by your spouse, people in general, you are going to be subjected to the possibility of elder abuse. Where does that happen? In old folks' homes, in facilities that are low quality, it's even some that are high quality. When you don't have friends and family that come see about you, you can become a victim of what? Elder abuse. Elder abuse can come in many forms. You have to have gatekeepers, people in your family who look out for you, who take care of you, who check on you, who sit with you, who talk with you. Because sometimes you have no longer the capacity to move around like you used to defend yourself, to think, to remember. And people who go into facilities and they don't have gatekeeping family and people who care about them, they can become subject to what? Sexual abuse. Yes, yes, yes. Believe it or not, there's some sick fucks that will get a job at an old folks home so they can fuck on old people, male and female. I'm telling you. I don't know nothing about it. I just heard it on the news. So what I'm saying to you is you want to invest in your family because there will come a day and a time where YouTube and this social media bullshit don't mean nothing. There will come a time when you need somebody to feed you, to clothe you, to pick you up, to help you, to get you to the bathroom, to get you a bath. You will get old one day. You will be 90 one day. You may even not make it there. Let me tell y'all something. There are people who are having strokes and heart attacks every day, and they go from a functional human being. I want y'all to hear this well for y'all who are gender warring. You women who gender war and you hate the opposite sex and stuff. There are people who have a heart attack at 45, at 35, at 55. They immediately go from a person who is 45 to somebody who is actually operating like they're 85 overnight. Heart attack, stroke, health challenges. You are okay today, and tomorrow you will be living in the worst way. Trust me now, we see it all over the place. You either gonna croak or you're gonna be fucked up. It can happen to anybody at any time. Trust me. We see it all the time. Heart attack. Now this motherfucker can't walk. Can you control the heart attack? Nope. You could have been preventative maybe, but you got it now. That stroke changed everything. You used to could feed yourself, but now you had a stroke. Y'all need to think about that shit. Think about that shit. I want everybody who's listening to this, I want you to think about that shit. If today you had a stroke and you lose your capacity and ability to move, and you are now either bed or wheelchair bound, tell me the 5 people that will be there to wipe your ass, brush your teeth, wash your face, change your catheter, cook your meals at your house, and help manage your finances and things to get them in order and help you apply for disability. I want y'all to do that. I challenge anybody listening to this. You think you so fucking tough. You think you don't need nobody. You are above marriage. You are above family. Fuck everybody, everything. I'm single and childless. All that bullshit. Got no legacy. Nobody who gives a fuck about you. And by the time you get a certain age, you won't know anybody on the planet anymore. Maybe if you join a church, you'll be lucky. Pass the plate. I finished my butternut squash. This goes to the what you call it. I got my little labels. This goes to the recycle bin outside the compost bin. I want y'all. I want y'all to do. I just finished cleaning this whole area. I got to spray that back there. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it because all it's gonna do is get dirty again. I'll do that shit another day. That's the real area. I'll be cutting and it's gonna get nasty quick, and then I'll be mad because I wasted spraying time on that area. This too, but fuck it. Anyway, um, the decisions of a homemaker. Um, I want y'all to think about that right now. I want you to visualize yourself. Who's gonna come every day? Okay, in your family, in your community, who's coming every day? You just had a stroke and you're likely to have a chronic condition where you are going to either be in a wheelchair or bed bound. And you need somebody to help you with your catheter, empty NP. You need somebody to feed you, to make sure you get your medications, to cook wholesome meals for you, to help you manage your finances. Name those 5 people. I want you to visualize who those 5 people are. Who is in your orbit, who is going to treat you with dignity and grace when you can't do anything for them or your damn self anymore? Who is it? This experience has been enlightening for me, being a daily caretaker for somebody in their 90s. It has been absolutely enlightening. And I will tell you now, you better invest in people. You better have good relationships with people. People be fighting with their in-laws, fighting with their brothers and sisters, having squabbles and shit. You better invest in your family. Because any day you can get into a car accident. And you better invest in your own family. Like you and investing in them. Not just for your benefit, but when something happens, that's a duty of family to be there. Right? But you got folks, they don't talk to folk because of stupid shit. You better get over that. When you on that bed and you need your top 5, who are they? Who is it gonna be? Let me tell you about my grandma. Your grandma won't be here long term. She old. There ain't no great auntie. They ain't supposed to take care of you. I'm talking about who is it that you have brought to the table? Who have you invested in? Is it gonna be nieces? Is it gonna be your neighbors? Is it gonna be your children? And that's the last thing I'm gonna say. Y'all, trust me, the people who you think is gonna be your top 5, your star team, it might not turn out that way, good or bad. That child that you love so much and you poured so much into, it might not be them. It might be somebody you never expected. It might be somebody who married into your family, who played a side role in the background all along. You never know. That's why the more people you have in your family, the more marriages you have, the stronger the family, the more resources, the more opportunity for everybody. Bring people to the table. What does she bring to the table? I bring a whole fucking family with a whole bunch of fucking resources and opportunities. People are having the wrong conversation. What does she bring? That's not about she. It's about what does she and her family bring to the table. It's a family thing. Black people, a lot of these folks are just not getting it. They're not getting it. But I promise you, when you get old and everybody you ever knew when you were young is dead, and the only people that you have around you, if you have anybody at all around you, either in sickness, an immediate accident, it can happen to anybody. You could be 35 and you never walk again, paralyzed. It can happen to anybody. I want you to ask yourself, who is your star team? Who are the 5 people today? Today. And when you get 90, who's going to be there. I want you to think about that. Who's going to be there? Who did you invest in? Are you sure your kid's going to be there? Are you sure your spouse going to be there? Till death do you part. Sound good. You better ask motherfuckers. Me and my husband have had some conversations since I've been being a caretaker. I have had some conversations. I had to tell him. I had to tell him. I said, I promise you one thing. I know we married, and you know I love you, but I have to tell you this. I have to tell you because I want you to know that either today, tomorrow, for as long as I live, I want you to know for a fact, because you never really know who's going to be there, y'all. You can assume all day. I need to tell you, I need you to understand that I, as your wife, owe you a duty. And as long as I live, I promise you, come accident, health problem, anything, old age, delirium, you lose your fucking mind. I promise you, as your wife until I die, I have to say this to you, that I'm going to be there to protect you, to serve you, to uplift you, whatever you need. I'm going to be there. I will be the hand that feeds you. I will be the hand that washes you. I want you to know for a fact, without a doubt, that I am going to uplift you and stand by you through thick and thin, no matter what challenges or age or whatever happens, accident and all. I will be there forever. I will never leave your side. And I will do everything I can to serve and protect and make sure that you are treated with all care and dignity and grace. I'm not going anywhere no matter what. I had to tell him that. I needed him to know that because I have come to understand that you think, like my neighbor Harry, I talk about Harry all the time. I love Harry so much. And Harry died about 5 years ago. I think it was 5 years ago. Time goes by so fast. And I protected Harry and I was there for Harry. Harry was old as hell. Harry was like what, 80 something years old? He was like a bull. He was just, loud and boisterous and big Jamaican guy, huge Jamaican guy. Very masculine, huge Jamaican guy. Yeah, me neighbor. But I was there with Harry and I protected him from telemarketers. I protected him from them scandalous ass women that used to come over there trying to get his check, you know? And I looked around and I said, God damn, I used to try to make Christmas as good as I could. He had friends that would come, but never family. Never family. Me love Christmas. I hate Christmas. But because of Harry, I always celebrated Christmas for him and with him next door. I would help him decorate his tree and do all those things. I loved Harry and I sacrificed to make Harry happy. But I used to always, when I listened to his stories, when we sit on the porch, I listened to his stories and I would say, God damn, we've been neighbors 5, 6, 7 years. I've never seen one family member. Harry was a fuck boy. He married 3 different women. He divorced all 3 different women. He played around on them women. Harry got at least 7, 8 kids. None of them women, not none of them kids, and ain't no telling how many grandkids. He got one nephew. That was the only family. He had one nephew. And in my opinion, I think that nephew only came so that when Harry died, he'd have somebody that would give him something. That's my opinion. I think he wanted Harry's house. That's my opinion. But I was like, damn, Harry's getting older. I wouldn't be surprised if Harry's children do not know he's dead. Honestly. Okay. I have. finished cleaning. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. I have done a thorough cleaning and I got my butternut squash cut. I'm about to go compost this. I'm kind of waiting for my husband to get up and decide what he wants to do before I do more. But I'm going to cook anyway. I'll probably start up another live stream in a minute. I'm gonna get me something to drink and eat. I haven't eaten anything or drunk anything. I've just been cleaning up. And I'm doing a what do you call it? A renovation project. So I think my husband said he's gonna. We bought our daughter a new bed, a big girl's bed instead of a little kid bed. And so we're gonna probably put that together. I'll wait and see what he wants to do with the rest of the day. But in the meantime, I'll start cooking. It's been real. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for the feedback and engagement. And I'll be back in a little bit. And I don't know. Not sure what I want to talk about. I got a lot of things on my mind. Always. I haven't done a stream in a minute talking shit, so um I can talk about Black YouTube. Man, these motherfuckers funny. These motherfuckers be funny, boy. Sometimes people they just take YouTube real goddamn serious, man. Way too serious. So maybe we can talk about that. Having a fucking life. That might be worth talking about. Anyway, I say. Y'all have a good day. I'll be back in a little bit.